All right, everyone, welcome back to the Coyote Radio Show and Podcast. I got some friends with me today on the show. We got John and Jamie of the Hammer and the Hatchet with us. Been wanting to have them on for a minute now, and it's finally happening, so this is great. We're just around the corner from Pickin' in the Backwoods Music Festival. They're playing again this year for year two, but with a totally different sound, so it's going to be great. You better get a ticket because they're starting to move more, and if you don't have one, you might be out of luck because we got 37 bands, a jam tent, dance lessons. It's bring your own beer. There's camping if you want to camp. That's probably like 70% sold out on that. But we're getting ready to release single day tickets too. So they're going to move pretty quick here once we get closer to the actual date. That's August 7th, 8th, and 9th. So check it out. Link in the description. But yeah, they're playing, and they got a new record coming out, and I can't wait to hear it because I've seen what they've been working on live, and just knowing a little bit about the backstory is a little bit different than what they've been doing, previously on their other albums. So then, of course, we're going to talk about anything and everything music related. So it's great to have them on. But first, we do have to give it up to our sponsors. We got Duke's Indie. They represent so much of what happens in the music community, not just in Indianapolis, but even beyond. It's a little slice of heaven of what we got here, and most people that go there, they see why pretty quick. Great food, great atmosphere, cold drinks. You can't beat it. So check them out. We got Jam Nation with us. They sponsor this podcast and the festival. Great to have them on board, and I appreciate everything Rob does. And they got an app coming out for music lovers. They're gonna love it once they get a hold of it. But link in the description. Check out more about that. And once that's all ready to go, we will have Rob on the show to talk strictly about what this app does for fans and musicians and managers and all. It's a big deal. So. I don't want to say too much too early. So, but yeah, hats off to them for supporting this. Make sure you grab those tickets. I think I'm done rambling. Let's go talk to John and Jamie and see what they've been up to. All right, we're here with the Hammer and the Hatchet. John and Jamie, how you doing?
Hey, we're great, man. Good to see you.
This is kind of a long time coming, I think. I feel like we've talked about getting you on, and it's, timing is always, tough, and finally it's happening.
Yeah, maybe a little tough to nail down sometimes. We stay pretty busy, and I know you do too.
Yeah, it's a good time to do it, though, really. So works out.
The first question I got for you, though, is which one is the hammer and which one's the hatchet?
She's a sharp one.
Gotcha.
That's how that's always worked out, That's why
it's an act, you owe us a dollar.
Yeah. We're trying to give each other nicknames. I've always just liked the relationship of the idea of those two tools, what you can do with the hammer and a hatchet, just being versatile and living in the woods like we do, and surviving and working. If you notice on our logo, I use a ball peen hammer instead of a claw hammer. That reminds me of my grandpa. There was always a ball peen hammer around the garage when I was a kid because he actually did shape a lot of metal and blacksmith stuff. And
yeah.
So, anyways, I just like but yeah, like the joke for sure. She's a sharp one, and everyone knows that she is a sharp one for sure. Jamie Hood's amazing.
Well, cool. Yeah, since it's your first time on, I kind of want to, kind of run me through the backstory on how you guys started getting into music and came together and made this group.
Tell them about how you started playing music. Maybe?
I live down here in Brown County, Monroe County, and I hung out a lot at the local coffee shop, which also hosts a lot of live music. And one night, I met John Boyer playing with Avocado Chic, and it was just a little pickup project our buddy Dan Bent he fronts. So I met John there, and then he kind of kept popping up a lot of places around town and at my friends' houses. Yeah, yeah, it was, and then we just started spending more time together. And so I didn't play guitar at that time or anything like that. I like to sometimes I drink a little and sing with my buds or whatever, but it wasn't anything that I took seriously. I always loved music, but once John and I started spending time together, we became pretty inseparable, really. And then didn't take too long. I was left at home. He was at work, and I uncased his guitar and started to teach myself some chords.
Yeah, like what? No, that's really cool. I would come home. My guitar would be on the bed or something. I'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" This is in there.
Don't worry about it. I'm figuring stuff cool. out. Yeah.
It would have been funny if you would have just never told him that you were practicing and put it away every time. And he just comes home and you're shredding.
Yeah.
This was the plan, Justin. Yeah.
Exactly.
That would have been, well, an instance kind of like that happened. I'll get to it. But we, I play music around Indianapolis. I grew up in Pendleton, Indiana, and then played a lot of music in India with a lot of different bands around the Cousin Brothers and Lonesome Sharks and Old Truck Revival and stuff around India. And yeah, I just come to the realization that my music was fit with Brown County. I love bluegrass, even though I've done a lot of punk and metal and different things. I love acoustic music and bluegrass, and Brown County is definitely where it's at. I'd been coming down to Bean Blossom,
yeah.
And then from there, the White Lightning Boys. I don't know if you've ever met any of those guys. That band's not really around fully anymore, like the original lineup stuff. But what a great band that was! And yeah, just coming down and seeing those guys, and that's how I met
my
Jamie.
friends.
Yeah, right. And that's how that's all.
Our paths crossed like that.
So we started hanging out. So one night, I said, "Hey, babe, you want to go? You want to go on a date?" I said, "Hey, you want to go see the Drive-By Truckers with me?" And so we went up to the Vogue and saw the Drive-By Truckers, and they rocked, of course. And
I met all of John's friends.
All my
there.
friends.
It was like
there.
a big old that was a review party, is what it was. I was meeting all his buds from Indy.
Yeah.
And afterwards we went to John and Sonia.
We went to it after John and Sonia Boyd's house. John,
the epic man cave.
Yeah, is a speakeasy type hangout in Indy. Your buddy's house where everybody just kind of hangs out in the garage and passes guitars around, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're there with Coot Crabtree and maybe a few other folks, and Coot and I were having some fun goofing off, and Jamie started singing with us, and I think I did the chorus to Ryder probably 20 times, because I just couldn't believe that her voice. It was like that, she'd been shredding on guitar, but I didn't realize she could sing like that. Really. So it really set me back, and it was great. And that was a really cool musical moment. But
so then our first gig happened. John was in the Punk and Holler Boys, and they were double booked. So John said he would cover, because he's been a solo artist for a while, and he said he'd cover it. And we went to Irvington and we played their folk festival. And that was the first time, I didn't play guitar that night at all. And then as time went on and I learned, and we hosted our community jam here in Brown County, and that community vibe of learning from all these different people was it was awesome. And that's, I was hooked, and I started writing, and I'd been writing poetry for a very long time, but music started to make sense. Yeah. So
it's I was
duo work for 10 years though. Yeah. Duo.
Are you
yeah.
tired of me now, right? You gotta have yeah, and we started playing a lot around a condenser mic, doing old school style, right? And it's good to kind of bring that up, because the trajectory of things now that we're kind of heading in for this next project. But yeah, we really started, around campfires, around our friends, and then around a condenser mic, and learned how to work in a traditional bluegrass folk sort of sense that way, and just, lots and lots and lots of shows,
started writing together.
And then started writing together, right? And now, in the trajectory of things, yeah, we plug in our acoustics and stuff all the time because we're playing bigger venues, and it's hard to do condenser mic stuff like that all the time unless it just suits it. But so there's a progression there. We're plugging it in and yeah, definitely. And now Jamie's writing more of her own songs too. It's like I've been writing songs for a while since the 2000s or so, I would say. So like really,
Yeah, he's always going to have 15 years on me, no matter what I do. It's like having a big brother or something. He's always going to be older than me.
But it's been a really amazing thing in this project. It's really one of the amazing in our relationship and our band, or the Hammer and the Hatchet, is definitely seeing Jamie's progression from now she does play guitar. Now she's writing songs, not only just singing harmony with me, and she's fronting her own stuff, and it's incredible. It's really good, and I'm just proud to still be.
Oh, thanks.
Pretty amazing. But yeah, and so we started from grassroots stuff, and Jamie just picked up a guitar to now we're moving towards where we're going to do a plugged in album where it's me on telly.
Recorded that already in Bloomington. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We've kind of been morphing into doing some electric stuff, which I think signifies that we're just being more creative, and there's room for more music, and I don't know, it just feels good to make noise right now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Change it up.
It's a good time to get loud, I think.
So this will be what, your actual like fifth release?
Yeah, that's right.
Fifth? Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot out there. I know that can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah. I love the last record you put out a couple of years ago too.
Yeah, Shake Off the Cold.
It's back here in my record case. I should have put it on display. Anyway.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's Road May Flood if it's on vinyl. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. It was really fun. We got to have Rev Payton on that record, and we recorded that at home.
So that, I'm trying to think here.
That
was one before the last one that came out in 22.
Yeah, the vinyl is the third record, and then the last record, our fourth record that we released, was only released on CD because that vinyl was expensive at that time.
It was 2022, so it was just coming out of COVID. A lot of this stuff was actually recorded for that. Shake Off the Cold is the name of that record. The vinyl is Red Bay Flood, which there's some that album gets darker on the backside. There's some grungier, different sounds on that record that kind of play into what we're doing now. Maybe, I don't know, but anyway, Shake Off the Cold though was really kind of fun because we did record that through COVID. And a lot of people either phoned in their part, or came down. We had an isolated studio here we set up in our house. It was we live in the middle of nowhere, so it's pretty easy to isolate. So a lot of that work was done through that time.
Yeah. I'm curious. You told me being plugged in, then also like you guys are going to be playing Picking in the Backwoods, and you're going to be doing more of a little bit more rock to it, more vibe to it. So it's interesting to keep from what you already have out to now. Then I guess I've kind of cheated. I've seen you play recently. So to see what you're bringing to the festival is pretty cool, and it's exciting.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us to do it too, because just a week ago we were doing a bluegrass set, which is with a bluegrass, which is different from our duo stuff. It's just we're artists and we're creating, and it's really cool that we can do that. We can you saw us with a string band or bluegrass band, and we can bring a full band with telly drums, more pedal steel, maybe even that sort of vibe, but always duet. If you see us on the road, it's always Jamie and I. It's our songs mostly anyway.
But the having a place and having people excited about what we've got coming up means a lot to us, and we've been working on developing the sound for a while, and we've got a group of people we're really excited to be working with, and we can't wait for everybody at Pickin' to hear them.
Yeah, anybody that's got a band out there knows it's good to have a good crew, and we do. We have a good, solid crew of people.
Yeah, and Yeah, thanks for playing, first of all. Um,
Oh, thanks for having us.
I mean, for Brown County, when I think of Brown County, I think of you guys and Reverend Peyton. So that's
Mm-hmm.
like where my mind first goes between. So it's like you almost have to play it. You don't have a choice.
Well, we do have a lot of buds coming out. They're excited to see us, and it's kind of neat because over the last 5 years, John and I have had some connections made where we started to get to know more and more musicians out of Kentucky. And so I think I counted like 16 acts on Pickin' that we know that we've either hosted at house shows here in our backyard or played shows or festivals in Kentucky with or house
Yeah.
shows or so we were so excited with this lineup. Exactly. I just feel like I gush about it when I talk about it because I'm like, oh, but you have to hear Lance Rogers and you have to hear Eric Bullander and you have to hear Emily Jamerson, and you have to, and Nolan Taylor. I mean, we played on the back porch of Mama Billy's house,
Yeah.
and with him and saw him play with lots of different people coming up for you to give him a headlining spot on Saturday at Pickin'. Man, I'm there with bells on. We couldn't be happier to help promote Pickin'.
Yeah.
Then Bill Taylor, that's
Jeez.
So many great players, and he's blowing up. Bill Taylor, they're on top of the world right now. Them folks,
couldn't be
Yeah.
happening to better folks. All those people are quality humans.
Yeah, the whole idea with Pickin' in the backwoods is more. It's community based at the heart of it is what my intention is, and it's a mix and match of other festivals. Pull some what you like here and there, and then you're working with a particular budget, so it's just like what's the best experience for artists and the musicians playing and the fans coming, like what's the best for both worlds. And I feel like there's just so much good music out there that doesn't get the credit, and that's kind of what I'm sure, like you said, you knew 17 or so.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a couple names on that bill that you've never heard of either.
There's a bunch of people we haven't heard even yet.
That's what I like. That's what I love to hear. Like when I would ask that on stage, and just to hear what people would say, they're like, "We never heard of that guy," and that was our favorite person weekend. I'm like, good. I'm glad you've discovered something, or someone new. Or
it's important work, especially for independent artists,
It's good to cross-pollinate, what I mean? As a festival promoter and like you are, it's you have to have new talent too, because you want to introduce people and you hope that the local honeys or the Nolan Taylors, they go on to the next festival and they take a little bit of your festival with them that way. You know what I mean? We're the bees, musicians, so it's like it's nice. It's good that you.
Did you say we're the bees?
We are the bees' knees. we go around, we pollinate. Like we're musicians or pollinators. I kind of think of it like that. Thanks
you can quote me on that.
That's right. Thanks for giving new people a chance. People that they haven't heard of. Yeah.
So back to the record though.
Yeah.
The tangent, because it is only, I don't know, less than a month away, so it's definitely getting exciting. But how many songs are on the new record, and when are we expecting it to be released?
We recorded 10.
We've got 10 tracks on the record. Tracks.
We'll see how much fits on vinyl or wherever we
go. We're in post-production right now. And post-production always feels so grueling. It feels like it's never going to end, and it just feels tedious, and time goes faster than you want it to. Many artists talk about this sort of thing. So while I like to talk about a release date, I also kind of like to leave it fluid because I'm almost superstitious about it,
Yeah, we don't really know.
But
great engineer.
We plan to have a single very soon to share with everyone. And that's kind of the goal right now. And then hopefully by the end of the fall, that we'll have the whole record. We'll see. but that's kind of the thing. We're
So
not trying to
end of
rush
the year,
it.
maybe the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I
So,
know that the algorithms like it better when you do it at the beginning of the
oh
year. So
yeah.
it's a new year release. But we've never done anything right when it comes to that. So
Yeah.
It's
I can
tough.
tell you this: we've got we use a really great engineer. His name's Andy Berge. He works at Echo Park in Bloomington, which Echo Park, that name kind of went away for a while. That's kind of it was really popular in the '80s and maybe early mid '90s, and then that did a lot of work with Ockerville River and Mellencamp and a lot of people like that. You know, they did some outside tracking over there in Bloomington, and then. They changed the Blockhouse Studios. Well, now the Echo Park name has been revived, and we're actually one of the first bands to get to record in there after they redid
the big
engine,
renovation and
control room, all that.
yes.
So it's really nice,
Cool.
really great studio. And it's here's the thing: like we were working on it, and like Andy and I've communicated, but this summer, this season really hit hard and fast, for us. Everybody just got so busy all of a sudden, so and that's just the way it goes, and that's okay. Everybody, that's good. That's the way it's supposed to be. So things will shake out of the tree when they do, and they'll be really great when it does.
We are finished with our mixing, I believe. We're about to send off for mastering, so it shouldn't be too long.
Pretty close. Yeah, we are close on that part, that chunk of it.
Cool. Good.
Jeez, come on.
It's good to talk about it, because I mean, we talk about it, but it's good to.
But it won't be a record like people are used to hearing from us at all. John's playing Telecaster on the whole bit. We've got drums, electric bass, so that's what's going on with it, and that's what we're bringing to Pickin'.
It is a different sound. It's a little departure from what we're doing, but we're really proud of it. I will just say that magic happened in the studio, and these songs, like, man, they really took it on a new persona almost. I mean, it's not, we didn't do a lot of overdubs or anything like that. Just the band, we were really tight that day, and really, it was really fun. Yeah.
I think we're having a great time, and I think it you can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Yeah, I'm sure it's always refreshing when things move smoothly. I'm sure there's plenty of times where it doesn't, and you're just kind of grinding through it. And
well, let me, in comparison, tell you that our last record number 3 and record number 4 we recorded here in the holler at our house.
Yeah.
So we have pets, we have people walking in and out, tell everybody, stay where you're at and hold the dog and turn off the air conditioner and unplug the fridge and make sure the fan's off. And, and I'm also trying to host our engineer. So trying to feed him and make sure, so it was just really, really, really great and so much easier to just go into a great studio, work with a great engineer in a place where I have nothing else to do but make music. So I think that made a humongous difference in the recording.
Yeah, kind of take the load up.
But there's moments about being home recording that are really nice, for sure.
You can go too far with this DIY business, Justin.
I'm sure.
One thing about recording at home is that I didn't really feel the pressure about having too many takes on solos or anything like that, and that's never good. I think in the studio, if you have you have to get this done, that's really the best way to go.
It almost kind of pushes you, give you the little extra nudge.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can kind of hurt yourself by overdoing it sometimes.
Yeah. I love live cut records, even when there's subtle nuances that are a mistake or even timing's off or something real. I don't know. It just stamps a time and place that it happened. And it seems more real versus something that's shiny in a, corporate land or whatever they do in Nashville. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not trying not to figure that out. But you almost start listening for those imperfections in some of those recordings where you listen for them and that makes them special. I know what you mean. Our first, really all of our records, 1, 2, and 3, were recorded live. So they were just live takes, not a bunch, no overdubbing or anything like that. So it was record 4, the Shake Off the Cold. We did some stuff more with metronome and breaking pieces down so that we could add other artists and stuff, which was really fun. I learned a ton. As you can imagine, it's just been
That's
like a
really
learning
what's all
curve.
about.
I mean, I've been at it now 11 years. It's not like I'm new,
Yeah.
but
But the
but you
recording
do learn.
process, man, it was really great to work with Dan Bent at home. As far as that goes, we learned a lot about recording in the recording process. What it is to really work with a metronome and really
So thankful for all that
how
time.
to do the takes,
Can't afford that. You can't afford to do that.
getting used to the red light. When you hit the red button, it's like the oh shit button or something. I don't know what it is. It throws everything out the window. I don't know what happens when you do that. But
Yeah.
mystic force.
That's funny.
So you have to get used to that.
So that's great. Yeah, I can't wait to hear it. Like I said, and I'm sure you'll have some of that new material will be worked into the set at the festival.
Absolutely. Yeah, you'll be the first ones to hear all that. I was going to mention Sam Rogers and Fat Cave in Slade, Kentucky. I don't know if you've been there.
I don't know him, but I've watched the videos that they put out on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. With Sean Watts, Sean Whiting, sorry.
Yes. Yeah, he plays with Sean Whiting, and he played with somebody at the festival last year. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Tim Gooden.
That's right.
Tim
he
Gooden.
Was playing with Tim.
Yeah.
Gooden.
Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, we went to his studio and we recorded an acoustic record, and we're going to have some Kentucky musicians guesting on those acoustic recordings. So will be record number 6 that we're also kind of.
You're already.
It's in the can, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, it's done, yeah. So
more mandolin on that one, Justin.
A whole lot of mandolin on that one. Yeah.
That's great. I think you shred on with the mandolin. It's fun to watch you do your thing. Yeah, so there's more mandolin on it, like you said.
Yeah, on the next record is coming down. We don't have a name for that yet, I don't think. But
no,
the cool thing. Okay, so mandolin in our set. I was like, the cool thing about picking in the backwoods that you've achieved is the picking, which is so important. Like after you've got a late night campfire picking, and then everybody
afternoon picking.
Everybody just picking around the fire. Everybody just hanging out in their campsites, picking, passing guitars,
meeting each other.
That's where the magic happens. And I'll definitely be running around camp every night.
Good. Did I tell you guys we're doing something a little new this year too? We added between the two stages, somewhere amongst the middle, we're going to have a designated spot for jam sessions.
Oh, that's great. Perfect.
Good idea.
I'll see you there.
And that's we'll also do Friday is 2-step dance lessons, and Saturday is flat-foot buck dancing style.
Right there. So is that the Resident Rogues and Joe's Truck Stop? Who's doing that?
Sparrow from Resident Rogues is going to be doing the 2-step this year. I'm not sure who's helping me. If Keith is jumping in on that. Yeah. Then on Saturday, Carla from Eastern Kentucky, she's bringing her string band up. They're called Corn Maze String Band.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen them.
She teaches online classes for flatfoot and buck dancing and all that good stuff. So she's going to teach that. In fact, I was just at a school, Cowan Creek Mountain School.
Okay.
And she was teaching there, and she told me about it originally. Cool place. I highly recommend anyone to check that place out. Went to learn some banjo tunes and filmed a bunch of stuff, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll be looking for that. That's neat.
But yeah, I want it interactive. I think like I said, it's got to be community based and people coming together and making music or hanging out, whatever.
Yeah, and all the other things that artists do besides play sets. You give people a place to meet each other, and that's one of the cool things about Explore Brown County is it's like there's shade everywhere. You can pull up and have a minute and enjoy each other's company or get to have a conversation, and that's really, really nice there.
No talking, more picking.
we'll have a different tent that says talking tent. Just you can go
You'll see me
conversations on
there.
here. So um,
Yeah, I mean these bands, we're friends with a lot of these folks. We don't get to see them all the time. So when you get
yeah,
to see them
a
at a
big
festival, it really
reunion
lets it
for
really
some
cool.
of you.
Yeah, and some cool stuff can really happen. We're
Yeah,
just all hanging out at that point. Just like everybody else.
yeah. Well, I do want to tell you guys that I feel like your hard work pays off. Like your music is great, and then you always seem to have a good time on stage when I see you perform, and you guys perform a lot and do like you're doing two records at once. It's just like your hard work and enthusiasm and all that goes a long way, and you can just kind of tell. So pays off in the long run, I think.
That's nice to hear, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
We
Appreciate that
know
coming
how
from
lucky
you.
we are to get to do this sort of thing together too.
Yeah.
We haven't killed each other yet, as we like to say.
Well, Andrea, I got my banjo back here. I'm still a long ways from being on a stage, but I'm always like, you should get a fiddle. You should do this so we can play
Should.
together. She's like, nah, I ain't got time for you.
She's got flowers to grow and chickens
Yeah,
to
exactly.
feed. Yeah.
So,
Oh
um,
man. Though it is a real fun way to connect. Though we can't. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's a fun way to connect, and John and I are working hard because we love it. We really do, and
yeah,
I'm glad that you can see that and that you're enjoying it too. Because
Thank you. We try. We really try. We're trying to. I still think it's a special thing to be able to do, to be able to go out and play music and touch people in a way, as far as like maybe lending them a voice to something that they're having a hard time expressing, or, some
or lightening their load
connect-
because we're talking about nothing.
talking about nothing, or, whatever it is. I think
Yeah.
music, we still believe in that. It is a very special thing. We're not.
yeah.
We're not getting into the AI robots. By God, this is a revolution. We're going to still play live music, and we're going to write it, and it's going to be real,
That's
to the
right.
best of our abilities,
Yeah,
100%. And,
that's great.
and because folks like you though, that gives people like us, the Dave and Lynn and the Mountain Jets and stuff like that. It gives people like us a place to be, a place to share our art, a place to connect with all these other people that we wouldn't be able to. So appreciate you. Thank you for doing what you're doing, because that is hard work putting festivals together.
Yeah, we get some applause.
It's
You guys are carrying
consuming. I'm sure you know.
It's
You've seen
hard.
of it to know that it's worth it in the long run when it all comes together, and just you're pretty proud of what is supposed to happen. I'm not going to jump the gun, but I was proud after how it turned out last year, and the feedback was just unbelievable. I was kind of shocked. So
we'll have a good time again.
You're surrounded by people that want to see you win, man, and that's nice. You got a nice crew of people around you that want to see you succeed, and that makes all the difference. It really does.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to plug before we jump off here? I appreciate your time. And
we got a big show. We're headlining at the Brown County Playhouse on July 18th. We're a hometown show. What's it called now? The exact words?
I don't. Homegrown showcase.
Yeah,
I think is what
homegrown
it's called.
showcase.
Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, we play there on July 18th, and that'll be cool. That's coming right up. But
Shelby Kelly, Hunter Kelly, and Frank Jones and the Undertones.
And then also we'll be at First City Music Festival this fall. We always really look forward to that. We've got just 2 times that people will get to really see our full band this year. I do all of our booking, so I'm trying to figure out how to wrangle this new beast that is so much fun.
Don't go too past it. This girl will be a Holler Girl this year, man. Jamie put out a Holler Girl, which is a really wonderful festival down in Kentucky.
And Festival of the Muse. So we've got a couple of Kentucky festivals, but those are duo shows. Right. So yeah. Anyway, that's what we've got going on. Some pretty fun things coming up, and then
Well, Monday,
You know?
we're on this coming Monday. We're on the 14th July.
We're on Nikki's show.
Local Live, yeah. WFHB
Yeah.
7.
We'll be promoting Picking in the Backwoods. So
Yep,
it'll
we were
be
just down. I was just down there on the 4th of July, chatting with her, and
cool.
as you guys know, she loves you.
it's mutual. It's mutual. She came and saw us. We played on the 4th of July out at Lake Lemon Marina.
Yeah, she told me over there. That's great.
Yeah.
Very hot, but we ended up playing 3.5 hours.
Yeah, they've had us play over. They paid us to play over. We're already set up. The answer is yes. They knew it. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really fun, and they had some fireworks out there. But anyway, yeah, WFHB is a great big deal in this community. I'm really glad that you got connected with them. They're one of the very, very few volunteer-run, volunteer-powered radio stations, and them and Dukes. I mean, great partners, good people. So,
man. Yeah, Dukes.
Like I said, we're in.
Yeah, as far as Indiana in general goes, for the music community, you don't hear too much about Indiana. It's always Kentucky or the Texas red dirt guys that run those circuits, or Nashville, and it's like, if you start digging Indiana, it'll surprise you. There's great talent here, and a good community of musicians, especially in Brown County. So
got Miss Anna Blanton holding it down for the Hoosiers, and
she's
fantastic.
Michael Cleveland,
another one that's out there just working it. She's on it all the time.
I'm so glad to know her. She's a great person. She really is, and and that's what you find with this community is it's just, you've got Live Love playing this year. I love that you got her on the bill. She's up and comer. Got a bunch of good music coming.
That girl can sing.
Yeah. I'll be hosting her soon. One other thing that goes on in our life is we're working on I'm a visual artist, so I'm getting ready to open up a space for me to have all of my studio open again, where I'm printing, working leather, sewing and embroidering, weaving, all of those things that I do. So I'm looking forward to what kind of platform that will give us to collaborate with more of our community, these very people we're talking about. So
that's awesome. That's the thing I'm trying to do here in my house. I got a barn that used to have hogs in it. We've only been here like 3 years, and gutting it, turning it into a big studio where I can do podcasts, or I went to art school, so I can do my photography stuff in there and paint or whatever. But I would start hosting some of these campfire jams here locally, and then, or even live plug in inside. I got a little PA system and stuff set up, so kind of the same idea as you, is just another community thing.
Yeah, just
have
see
us
what
out
happens.
sometimes. We'll come over and pick at your place.
Definitely.
No big expectations. It's always just fun to kind of create a space. It's kind of like your jam space. We'll see what happens, right? You just kind of create a spot that's easy to approach, and hopefully, you just put the seeds down, add a little water, see what comes up,
Yeah.
We've got a stage in our backyard, and we put together some shows. We've had Truck Stop Waterfall, Joe's Truck Stop. We've had Bowlander, and we had Abe Partridge out here a few summers ago even. So, last
year.
Love this, like, that was last year. Yeah, like, we just had her surprise 50th birthday party this last Saturday. Had a big jam out there on our stage, and
that's
I'll
awesome.
have to have you out sometime, man.
I'd love that. Yeah. I love Abe. He is something else. I think he's special, very special and unique in what he does.
Yeah.
We met Abe we met him in 2014. Another songwriter here in Brown County, she was hosting songwriters rounds at the winery, and she had double booked herself or was sick or something. She wasn't able to make it, so she called John and I, and we played in a round with Abe. And all these years later, we're still friends, and we've bumped into him so many places. We even got to go see him. We were passing through Lexington. We got to see him record his Red Barn radio special that he just recently did. It was great. It was so cool. Yeah. And so we talk because Abe was also late to coming to playing guitar, writing songs. He was always kind of a poet at heart, but had a whole life before playing music, and so did I. So we connect really well, and it was really, really an honor to have him. It was so surreal to have Abe playing in my backyard, singing those songs.
Unreal. Sounds so good too.
Yeah. Oof.
Man.
It was a great time. It was a great
Our
time.
hauler's like perfect for it. It's this long, narrow.
It's a wild thing, the stuff that comes into your life when you're playing music,
Yep.
The
For
places you go, right?
All right, guys. Well, man, it was great to have you on and finally get to do this. I'll put, for anyone listening, I got links below for the festival, to Hammer and Hatchet's website, so you can check in and keep up to date with them. Are you guys most active on what, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes, I'm getting more active on Instagram because Facebook is a dinosaur, and I know it. But
there's just so many things out there. I don't know.
So it's like it didn't, as so many musicians say now, content creator was not really on my bingo card, but it is. And thank goodness we get to interact with our fans like we do and stuff like that. But
I'm wearing my King shoes today, everyone. I'm going to take a picture of them.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yep. The world has to know.
Yes.
Whoever wants to know about that.
Yeah.
But yes, the website, the Hammer and the Hatchet Instagram, Hammer and the Hatchet Facebook, and we're around. We shouldn't be hard to find.
All righty. Well, thanks for being on, and I'm sure I'll see you. Hopefully, I see you before the festival. That show on the 18th. I think I'm already. I'll just go ahead and look right now.
Yeah, you should come.
On.
I'm hoping we can come to the Duke show on Friday too. See them Taylors.
Yeah. I'll be in.
Are you out of town on the 18th?
I'll be in Virginia on the 18th, so I'll miss that one. But
tell the Rivers we said hello.
Every time we're away from the river, man, I get jonesing for it.
Yeah.
All right.
We're home a lot in July, and then August we travel, and we kind of do that sort of thing where we get busy for a month and then we stay home.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, stay cool. I know it's hot out there, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, man. Thanks for having us.